Xtera Communications is a supplier of optical transmission equipment. We also make some IP equipment, but primarily our business is providing optical infrastructure for long-haul terrestrial routes and subsea cable systems. The company was founded in 1998 at the University of Michigan with the idea of using Raman technology to add significant capacity to networks. We have a lot of skilled people. Our engineering staff is very adept at optical communications, and I think if you look at our customer base, that reinforces the fact that our customers believe that, because we provide the largest optical pipes available via our Raman technology as well. We also have the engineering capabilities to deal with very difficult optical transmission systems that exist, either because of fiber design or fiber aging, both in subsea and in terrestrial. So, the company's been around now 14 years, and I think, taking away the booms and busts of the telecom business, I believe we're well established as a critical provider globally, and Africa is the next frontier for us. We see this as a huge opportunity, and that's why we're here. I think what you find, particularly with the recent development of 100 gigabit technology, that's going to make a huge impact on what we can do with bandwidth. Because, if you go to look at layer 2 and layer 3, where all your routers and all your content stuff resides, all of the router technology is really based on 100 gigabits or moving to 100 gigabits. So to be able to directly connect 100 gigabit pipes to routers is going to give tremendous throughput to content for users. So I think, you got users with devices like iPhones and Android phones and tablets and that are looking, if you think about it, there's more capability in one of these smartphones than we probably had on our laptop 10 years ago. So now that's at a user, and these users want to use that. So you got tremendous demand by the user out here, and you got these large pipes over here, and all you got to do is bridge the gap. And I think with 100 gigabit technology, that's kind of the foundation that's going to explode. I think we've only scratched the surface of what we can see users doing, and the bandwidth demand is going to keep going up. If we think about regions of the world, most of the time we think about and look at where the population centers are. They're on the coast. So if you deliver subsea bandwidth, seems pretty simple to do. Well, Africa is a little different. A lot of the population is not on the coast. So in the last 5 years, there's been something like 6 or 7 new subsea cables terminated in Africa with tremendous amounts of bandwidth. Now what's missing is we got to connect that capacity to the population centers. And what Xtera brings is, with our technology, we can provide those large pipes that can connect those city centers and population centers to all of this capacity. As well, I think you'll see with that capability in Africa now, some of the content that resides in Europe and North America will start now to be, Africa will create their own content, and they'll have their own data centers where content will need to be interconnected. So, we bring that technology to the table to enable that to develop. If you look at optical technology, most suppliers use EDFA, Iridium doped fiber, and what we have is we have the capability to use Raman. So with Iridium doped fibers, you can get 80 to 90 channels. With Raman, with the addition of Raman, you can get 240 channels. So 3 times the capacity. That's one way we differentiate ourselves, which is significant. The other thing is that we were the first to deliver 100 gigabits commercially working. Coherent technology is a foundation for 100 gigabits, but the magic we bring on top of that is soft decision FAC, something that 3 years ago people said was something that would be 5 years away. Well, we delivered it 2 years ago and it's working. So you add those 2 pieces together, Raman, 100 gigabit, and soft decision FAC, and we do differentiate ourselves. And plus, our staff is noted for its ability to engineer through difficult challenges that exist in the real world. In the real world, the fiber's not like the laboratory. There's all kinds of things that happen in the outside plant. They get fiber breaks, you get poor splices. Our technology enables you to get past those things. So I think our value proposition, real simply, our first deployment I'll use an example. First deployment of 100 gigabit technology was for CFE. CFE is the power utility in Mexico. They were given a telecom license. They had an open tender. We were selected. It's 22,000 kilometers of fiber. It's OPDW, which is the fiber that's on the transmission lines, so it's not the best fiber in that it's exposed to all the elements. We were able to deliver that capacity across the country, with the longest spans being 2,500 kilometers. So I think that in itself speaks to what we are capable of doing and how we can differentiate ourselves and what we can do with our long-haul fiber. So you think about Africa, you've got large geographies to span. You're going to have fiber where you don't need to have regenerator sites. We don't need regenerator sites. We can go 3,000 kilometers without a regenerator site. So that should cover most of the pipes that you need to build in Africa. One of our groups, engineering groups, is based in London, and that's the genesis of a company called Zia Networks that was acquired by Xtera 5 years ago, with the idea that submarine cable systems could be upgraded, not built. I mean, the way it used to be was that you built a submarine cable system, and when it was full, you built a new one. The idea came up, hey, we can upgrade that with the new optical technology. So we actually created that market of upgrading submarine cable systems. So we have the expertise, we understand what that means. A lot of the engineers that are in that group came from the genesis of one of the founders of optical communications and subsea and STC Communications. So we have a lot of that expertise in-house. So we understand submarine systems, we understand line designs, we understand the amplifiers, subsea amplifiers, and we understand all of that capability. So we not only can upgrade a system, we can also build new systems.